Hi friends. Hi. I'm so excited to be here. I'm just so excited to be doing this. I took a week off to just rest, and I gotta tell you guys all about that. But my name is Dana, and I'm here to deliver to you stage 4 of the rebrand, which is the surrender. So it's just so fitting that we're moving into this stage this week, because I've really learned the week that I decided to rest, some of the things that I understood conceptually, but I was still not applying in terms of my own personal surrender journey. So some of you may know that, I subscribe to human design as a system, and I'm a human design projector. And projectors don't really have a lot of physical energy. So the week that I took off, I had so many different epiphanies about the way in which I used to approach life. And I used to approach life like a generator, a human design generator that has the physical energy and the stamina to go, to build, to hustle, to grind. And I had a lot of those characteristics growing up. Projectors take on a lot of that energy as we're navigating our lives. And we're kind of like mimicking everybody else, but it's not really true to who we are. So this week, as I was resting, I started to feel like a little bit of anxiety because, one, I'm learning how to be okay with the fact that I'm not a generator and I'm also not a man, right? Like, I'm a woman, I'm in my femininity, and I'm allowing myself to receive, to be guided, to align, to take inspired action, to feel good about what it is that I'm doing, and to not necessarily feel rushed or forced to create something, right? Or to work per se. So it was really tough because I was on it for the first 3 weeks, and then I was just like, all right, I'm tired. So I have to honor myself, because as a projector, I have learned that nothing comes before my well-being. Nothing comes before me resting. Nothing comes before me feeling good about the action that I am taking. And I had a conversation with 2 of my friends yesterday, 2 different times, where I was crying, y'all, because after the week that I took, I was ready to get back ramped up. I'm organizing my stuff for the surrender week, and then I got a sinus infection. And I was so mad because it put me down. I had to really rest. My body was achy. I had a little light fever, and my head was pounding. My eyes were sensitive to light, and you could kind of still hear it. I don't know if you guys can or not, but it was not good. So I'm frustrated with myself because I'm dang, I took, that looks crazy, but I'm just gonna leave it. But I was I took the week that I felt like I needed to take off, and now I have to rest even more. You know what I mean? And when you're someone who's used to hustling and grinding, I learned how to be a well-rested projector, but I'm learning now as I'm doing the rebrand how to be a projector who works, right? So working in my projector energy and not behaving like a generator. And the goals that I'm setting for myself and wanting to accomplish them by a certain date. God is not saying that I'm not going to get the things that I desire, but I know now after this week that I'm not going to get them the way that I used to get them, right? Which is finding a job, doing the hustle work, relocating, knowing all the dates and all the details. I have to fully surrender. And we've talked about survival mode a little bit, I think, in the action, but surrender is really about allowing yourself to understand that all you need is the vision. And I know it's going to be probably difficult for many of us to connect with this message, because especially if you're a generator, if you don't know you're a generator, or if you're a projector who doesn't know that they're a projector, who's operating in their life like a generator, right? So surrendering is really just understanding that God is in control. right? God is in control. The universe is at will, and they're at work organizing and aligning the things that you desire. And no, you can't see them. No, you don't know what the next steps are. And yes, you want to be involved in the process, because operating in the physical makes you feel like you're accomplishing things and gives you the sense of success and validation that you may be seeking. But all of those things are still happening in the background. And just because you cannot see them or experience them in the way in which you may be used to, does not mean that they're not happening, right? So stage 4 is the surrender, because after the action, right? And when I say action, I mean the organizing of your desires, the visualizing of those things, the creating the mood board, and being able to see these things, right? Like connecting energetically with your desires, and then setting those things to rest, not feeling like you got to start executing on them right now in this very moment, because you don't. What we need to be doing is allowing the energetic momentum to begin to build up. Allow yourself to organically and naturally align and go, run into somebody, or have another inspired thought. Want to do something that's fun for you. Like, not allowing ourselves to get stressed because we want to hit deadlines and, do things when we set out to. And understanding that, excuse me, understanding that it's safe for you to rest. It's safe. It's safe for us to rest. It's safe for us to relax. It's okay for us to not know what the next step is just because we know what the end goal is. It's okay to not force, right? And especially for me, the projector, the baby projector, who's learning to understand that I can be inspired by what most of the world is doing, but this is my opportunity to really practice how to bring into my experience the things I desire without having to do a whole bunch of hard work, right? Or without having to get back into the path of finding a job or, wanting to force outcomes all the time, because I want to control the timeline, and really learning how to allow myself to just be and to trust that what I'm looking for, what I'm looking to experience is on its way to me. So I encourage you this week, as you're navigating your life, when you have an opportunity or, a moment presents itself to you where you could decide to forward and try to force, or just sit down and do nothing, I'm encouraging you to do nothing this week. Do nothing and just test the energy. Test the energy to see what things work out for you when you do nothing. How things play out when you do nothing. And just start to establish a relationship with understanding that everything is already working out for you, right? A large part of this testimony and why God has me on this journey is because He wants me to be demonstrative of what it looks like to trust Him, and to trust that He knows our gifts and our skills, and He has all things aligned for us, all the things that we desire to experience, and that He will provide those things when the time is right. And there's no better time than that. There's no better time than that. It's going to be so blissful, and it's going to be so miraculous and magical when the opportunity that God is aligning for me presents itself. And it's going to give me the confirmation that my soul needs to know for sure. I don't doubt him. I'm in full faith. If you've been watching my journey, you know I went to Hawaii with no money. I slept in an airport for 9 days. But this part, the work part, the connection to my masculine energy and my desire to provide for myself because of the lack and the scarcity that I experienced as a child, and my relationship to money and provision, right? And always feeling like in order for me to have, I had to hustle. When he brings this opportunity in, I'm excited to share it with you. I don't know what it is or when it's going to come, but it is going to change my DNA. It is going to change the way that I look at this life. And it's like, I'm already different. I've already changed tremendously. So now, the things that I've asked him for, this is my opportunity to truly surrender. And I encourage you to do the same this week. And I'm excited to see what it is that God does in our life. And I love you. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening. If you are desiring to, stay involved and connected, follow me on Instagram at simply_DP. And I will be back next Monday to share with you guys the following stage, which is the experience. So thanks for joining me. Have a good one. Bye.